guys, we're just getting ready to head over to the shop here and part 2 of the Tyler's 355 build. So I still have a little bit of prep work to done before we can actually start the assembly process of the crank and stuff like that. I ended up going in Friday and painting the block orange, getting all that done. That way it would dry and harden up over the weekend. I didn't think you guys would want to see, me, painting a block. So, I mean, I showed on the previous video how I prepped the block and got it ready for paint. So I figured Friday I would just paint it, get it ready for today, which today is Monday. So I got everything done Friday as far as that goes. But today we're actually going to scrub the block out with the hot soapy water. Make sure it's clean, all the oil passages, coolant passages, stuff like that. And then we also have to go through and chase all the bolt holes through the whole engine block, with a thread chaser. You want to actually do this step, guys, because I've actually seen people in the past skip this step and it turns into, catastrophe in the end. Like he did, the person I'm talking about that I actually helped, he was having trouble with an oil leak. And so I went over and helped him track it down and find it. Well, when we took the oil pan bolts out, they were so full of crud and old grease from, previous, times. So, like I said, this is an important step, guys. You really need to go through and take the time and chase these bolt holes. But I just want to let you guys know that's what we're going to end up doing today. We're getting ready to head over to the shop right now, and we'll get this day started. All right, guys. And, guys, I just wanted to let you know, too, that me and the wife ended up going up into the thumb of Michigan this weekend to go see my family, and we ended up stopping at a garage sale that we seen on the way there, and I met a real cool gentleman that owns a collision shop in a little village of Unionville, and I actually took some video footage of his car. He's actually got 2 cars. He's got a 66 and a Pontiac Tempest, and he's got a 69 GTO. I actually want to insert video clips of his vehicles and let you guys check them out. So I'm going to insert the video clips here, guys. All right. Hey, everybody. We're on the way up to Bad Axe to go see my sister on Saturday, and we seen a little garage sale out here on the way up there. And you guys ain't gonna believe the sign that we seen at this gentleman's place here. Here, look at this. Pretty cool, huh? But I also wanted to show you guys a video. This gentleman's got a couple nice hot rods. It just seems like wherever I go, it just seems like we always seem to stumble upon nice race cars and hot rods and stuff like that. So I'm going to take in and he's going to let me show you his cars. So hold tight. Here we go. Yeah, that's an awesome sign. But what year is this, sir?
1969.
69 GTO. And actually, this one still has the Pontiac heritage to it, the Butler, which all you race car fans out there, you guys know what that means. A true Pontiac, man. Beautiful. Yeah, you don't see too many of the GTOs. I love the striping on it.
Thanks.
Did you paint it yourself, or?
Yeah, my shop for it down here.
Oh, really? Is that what you do?
Yeah, my truck matches it out there. I don't know if you noticed. That's the color. This is the color for my pickup. Yeah, give you a little inside shot.
Well, guys, look at that. You can see the blue lighting in there.
Oh yeah, all the gauges are all blue.
Oh yeah, beautiful car. Show you guys the back wing on it too. A lot of these cars, they're missing the wings on it. And of course, you got to have the big tires. I'm not gonna say any times or nothing. I mean, that's none of nobody's business. I know there's subscribers from Michigan, but he says he does go to Ugly Dragway with it. So if you guys are ever at Ugly Dragway and see it, Telling you guys seen it. And then he's also got a
66 Tempest.
66 Tempest. I was looking at the badge there. The 326. Wow, convertible. Beautiful car here too.
Yeah, it's got an overdrive in it now, so.
Yeah, you don't see many soft tops either. There we go, guys. Here's the Tempest. Yeah, you know, like I said, you always seem to run into true hot rodders from the era. Good stuff. All right, guys, hold tight. Okay, guys, we're over here. I got the motor pulled out. I just want to show you before I get, I still got to dig out all my stuff to get everything going, but I wanted to show you what the paint job turned out like on Friday. Sorry about the glare, guys. Yeah, it turned out pretty good there. A lot better than it was when I started. Like I said, there was so much buildup of surface for us that it's a 1973, and it was a virgin block, meaning that it has never been, before I tore it apart, it has never been touched its whole life. So that's why there was so much buildup on the block walls and stuff. All right, guys, this is what I mean when you chase the bolt holes. I was going to take a little bit of, I use the WD-40 silicone spray. You never want to force these in, guys. If you break one of these taps off in there, you're all done. But just wanted to show you what I meant when I was telling you you had to chase all the bolt holes. Okay, guys, it's on to the water pump now. But I just wanted to let you know that after you clean each of your holes, you always want to take a air gun and blow each of your holes out, and then shoot a little bit more lube into that hole after it's done. And it's very important too that you take and clean your tap off after each hole too. That way you're not transferring debris from this hole down to that hole. All right, guys. Here's a perfect example of why you want to clean your bolt holes out. You see all that shit, old grease and all the rust and stuff coming out of there? That's a perfect example. And like I said, after you're done cleaning it, you want to blow it out and then squirt a little bit more penetrating oil in there or silicone spray in there, and then clean your tap off good and then go on to the next one. I just wanted to show you. This is a pretty bad hole, so I figured I'd give you the quick reasoning why we do this. This bolt hole here that's on your, this is where your mechanical fuel pump would bolt up, which I still have it taped up. But if you flip the motor over right, this would be on your passenger side upper bolt hole. You have to have a short bolt with some plumber's tape on it to seal this bolt hole, or you're going to have an oil leak. Why they put this bolt hole here, guys, is if you ever have to change your mechanical pump, and you got your fuel pump rod that runs up to your cam, you take a longer bolt and you push your fuel pump rod up, and you can actually tighten this bolt up and it'll hold your rod in place while you're changing your fuel pump. But either if you're running an electric pump or mechanical pump, you still have to have this hole plugged off, or you're going to have a major oil leak. All right, guys, I wanted to give you another tip I forgot to tell you guys earlier on what size taps I was using. All your timing chain cover bolt holes are going to be 1/4-20s. Your fuel pump eccentric bolt hole is going to be 3/8-16. Your water pump is 3/8-16. Your motor mount bosses are 3/8-16s. Your oil pan all the middle bolts are going to be 1/4 20s, and on your 4 corners is going to be 5/16 18. And then also on your fuel pump, you got 1/4 20 on the 2 bottom bolt holes and 3/8 on the tops. Your head bolts, where your head bolts up, are all 3/8, and also where your transmission bolts up is going to be 3/8. I forgot to mention that earlier on what size taps I was using. There's going to be 3 of them: 1/4 20, 5/16 18, and 3/8. All right, guys. Another thing I wanted to go over with you guys too is that this is the perfect time to check all your oil galley plugs to make sure that they're sitting flush, seated right, that there's no issues. And when you do that, I usually take a paint marker and I'll put a mark on them to let myself know for future reference that I have checked them. And on the back you also have 3 of them, which I already went through and checked the tightness of them to make sure that they were seated good. So I'll take and I'll mark them also with a paint marker. That just gives you peace of mind that you've went through and that you have checked them, because you know, when you're in a motor building process, you can get pulled away for some odd reason, then you go back to it and you're like, oh, where was I at? So it's just a good idea to use a paint marker. I do that when I torque all my bolts down also, to let myself know that I've been there and that they were torqued to spec. So just something else that you want to keep in mind if this is your first time doing this. Little helpful tip that way you don't get lost in your build and you know where you're at and that you've actually checked this stuff. Alright guys, we're back at the house here. I got all the prep work done up that we could do for the day. I got all the bolt holes chased, cleaned up. I went through and made sure all the oil valley plugs were all good to go, marked them with the paint marker. Everything I could do as far as prep work goes, we got finished up today. It's later on in the day. We went to get the block scrubbed out and we blew a water line underneath the bathroom there in the shop. So in the morning I'm going to go fix the water line for Tony, get that situated so we can move on to the next step, which is getting the block scrubbed, so we can get the crank in it. And but I also got a call from the wife saying that ABF Trucking was there. They were dropping off the son's hood. So I want to show you guys what the son ordered. It's a Harwood 4-inch fiberglass hood, like what I have on the El Camino. It's from, like I said, Harwood out of Texas. He ordered it a couple weeks ago. It is the lift-off style, which that's what he wanted. So we're going to have to put 4 hood pins in, but yeah, she called and said that they were going to be there within a half an hour. So I was pretty much done at the shop for the day anyway, so I figured I'd run home and meet these guys and get it unloaded and make sure that it wasn't all broke and stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty good looking hood. He's going to be happy to know that it showed up in one piece. He's been waiting a couple weeks, like I said, for it. So but anyway guys, this video is going to be long enough for the day. I want to thank everybody for watching part 2. I know it was probably kind of boring, but you know, the son, he can't be there, you know, due to his burns on his hands and stuff. So I wanted to show this process of making sure that the bolt holes got cleaned out, you know, chased, oiled up. I wanted to make sure that, you know, he got to see me checking all the oil valley plugs and the soft plugs and then marking them with the paint stick. So I apologize if to some people out there this video was boring, but like I said, I wanted to make sure and show step by step on this build from when he can't be there. So as usual guys, I appreciate you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell button for notifications, and we'll catch you on the next one. Okay guys, bye bye.